Hello, everyone. So, today I'm going to be doing the top 10 sexiest US politicians in recent memory. So, this is just opinionated, I mean it's there's no objective standard of beauty in the eyes. It's all in the eyes of the beholder. Um but yeah, it's going to be pretty subjective, but nonetheless, this is my opinion, and I hope many of you can agree with some of these. Um, but yeah, so let's get into it. So normally, usually these types of appearance type videos will star will be mostly about women, and yeah, most of the people in this list are going to be women. But I think I'm going to break the norm, just because I think there's a little too much emphasis on female appearance, but whatever. Um, and I'm going to start with a male politician, and that is Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. Um, yes. um, and I know I'm not even the only one who thinks this way. I know, I knew a girl who voted for Gavin Newsom just because of his looks. Yeah, I predicted that would be a thing, and I was vindicated. I was right. That's a thing. I think I think I think his I think in terms of appeal, his populist. I mean, where he lacks in terms of policy, he can make up in terms of appearance. At least with the female vote and the gay male vote and the or whatever. And next on this list is Katie Britt, the incoming U.S. Senator from Alabama, whom I'm not a big fan of personally on policy issues. She's a very establishmentarian. Don't get me wrong, she's rotten. This is not a endorsement of her personally, but appearance wise, I'm sure a lot of us can agree. Katie Britt is has that aspect where she lacks in terms of substantive policy issues. And next is another person with a similar story, Tudor Dixon. She ran for governor in Michigan against Gretchen Whitmer, and she lost by 10 points, which is proof that you can't really win based on just your looks alone, but whatever. Yeah, and I don't know. These two images, it's like they depict two completely different women. It's hard to believe these two are the same. These two are the same woman. They look totally different. I think maybe one of these is a photoshopped image or something. I mean, who knows? And fun thing about Tudor Dixon is she's apparently an actor in her spare time, like as a hobby. She's starred in several low budget horror films, believe it or not. That at least according to Wikipedia. And what? It's a again. She looks totally different based on the angles. But whatever. Yeah, and yeah, in terms of looks, she's way better than her opponent, Gretchen Whitmer. Just who is not on this list at all, of course, because number one, she's ugly. Number two, or why would you name your kid Gretchen? Why? Why is that name still popular? Why does that name still exist? It's like wanting to name your hey, how do you decide at birth I want to name my kid Gretchen. Oh, I want to name my kid Grinch. I want to name my kid Wretched. That's exactly what it sounds like, because it's I mean, I know it's like German or whatever. What I don't get. I mean, who grows up thinking Gretchen is some pretty wonderful name that you should just give to anyone? Like, I do not understand this. It hands down, Gretchen. The name Gretchen is the ugliest first name that I have ever heard given to anyone, and I really hope to see it disappear from from just existence whatsoever. Like, I don't know. I guess Greta is also it sounds so goblin-y. It's like Greta Thun. I'm not gonna do the whole Nordic shit. I mean, it's Greta Thunberg. How will we call her that? I'm not gonna do the whole stupid Swedish shit. But I don't like the name Gretchen, and I don't like the name Greta either, and I don't like, what other names do I not like? I mean, Erica, I really don't like that. I don't like how you take a boy's name and then just add A to it, and you think that's just, and you think it's somehow awesome. I mean, a lot of my other names I'm going to mention that I really don't like and I think are ugly. I think I'm not going to mention them because I think some people who watch my content might have these names, and even some people who are my friends and who are voice actors for me even have these names, and I don't tell them that I think their first names are ugly, but whatever. But anyway, that's Tudor Dixon, someone who's like, she's way better than Katie Britt on the issues, but like, still pretty lackluster. She lost to fucking Gretchen Whitmer by 10 points, so she's pretty incompetent too. And next is Christine Drazen, who almost won as a Republican in the Oregon governor's race this year. And I think she only lost by 5 in a state. Oregon is usually a Democrat plus 17 state. And I remember I was trying to go into, I have a friend, Edgar, who lives in Oregon, who normally he hates the Democratic Party, but he's not a Republican. He's like a socialist or whatever. I was trying to tell him to I was trying to say, encourage him to vote for Drazen and pull off the upset there. But he said no, he voted for Kotek, and I said, why? You didn't even vote for Joe Biden in 2020. And he said, oh, you don't know what Republicans would do to the state. I mean education system or something like that, which is my primary source of income. So, and I'm bitter that I had to vote Democrat this year. As always, because the Democrats suck anyway. Just only slightly more than Republicans do. Republicans aren't much better. They both suck in some way, but whatever. But yeah, Christine Drazen. I remember the Oregon governor, the governor's stage. There were just 3 white women on the stage. There's Christine Drazen for the Republicans. There was Tina Kotek for the Democrats, and there's Betsy Johnson, the Independent. But I think she's like the youngest person on stage too. The other 2 are very old, and I think Drazen was the only one that was actually middle aged, I guess. Yeah, definitely in terms of looks, she was way better, miles ahead of the other 2 candidates by a wide margin. And next we have Kristi Noem, who is again kind of like a Katie Britt. Someone who is very bad on all the issues, and probably pisses off both sides very well. It's like if you're like a Republican, you're bad on the issues, you're gonna piss off. Republicans aren't gonna like you, and the Democrats aren't gonna like you either. So kind of the worst place to go to be, to choose to pivot to politically. But yeah, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, a total rhino, but nonetheless attractive, very attractive. And the next, this is another man on this list, Governor Glenn Youngin of Virginia, the Republican who pulled off the upset in 2021. He wasn't supposed to win, and he's even though he's such a conservative governor in a Biden plus 10 state, a heavily Democrat state. For whatever reason, he has a plus 20% approval rating. So I mean, I don't know. He's doing something right. He's doing a lot of things right with his job. Not everything. I don't agree with a lot of things. I guess personally, I don't even agree with maybe just because I'm not fully on board with the whole social conservative stuff. Like there's some stuff like, apparently he's going to enforce weed, like all that stuff a lot more, and I'm not for that, but that's not a make or break type thing. I mean, it's really not a big issue. But yeah, Glenn Youngkin. Oh, that's actually an old photo though. That's a photo of him from like a younger age. This is when he was still the CEO of like Carlyle Group, which is the company that owns RuneScape, believe it or not. And so he probably has like a RuneScape account. I bet it would help him to actually know his product anyway. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe there's a closeted, just a I don't know, band CRT 2024 account that goes into Varrock West Bank every day. But yeah. Honestly, okay, this is kind of insulting. So, I mean, especially if he ever stumbles upon this video, I mean, I just don't watch this next part. But I don't know. I honestly really don't get how he only has his wife. I would envision himself with someone a lot hotter, like Tudor Dixon, honestly. But yeah. Yes, Governor Glenn Youngkin, the very handsome governor of Virginia. And the next, I guess this I'm a little biased since I'm a huge supporter of Tulsi Gabbard politically, but I think she's got, a bit of a looks factor too. But that doesn't influence why I support her politically at all. But yeah, I mean, who says she's not? She's not good looking in some ways. She wears tank tops. It's pretty awesome. Next is Kelly Chewbacca. This is the Trumpian candidate who tried to primary Lisa Murkowski. She almost won. Oh, what flag? What flag is that? That looks like Hawaii. That doesn't look like Alaska. What's she doing? What's she doing? Oh, she's got nice shoes. That's a nice outfit she's got. But yeah. She's way, in terms of looks alone, she's way better than Lisa Murkowski. Just saying. And on policy issues as well. And number 9 is Mary Miller, from my home state, Illinois, but not from my home district. She's from the countryside. I mean, one of the rural districts, and I'm in suburbia. But yeah, she's a freshman. She's a newcomer. And I think from what I hear, she's pretty good on the issues to the Trumpian base. But oh dang! This is her Facebook page. This is her family. This is her husband, and this is her newborn. Lucky man, lucky guy. And finally, most of my the people on this list have been Republicans, but the last one is actually a Democrat. Well, now independent, it turns out. This is Kyrsten Sinema, and this is probably the most notable of them because, first of all, she's bisexual, so that means most people in this audience would probably have a chance with her, man and woman alike. Whereas the others tend to be mostly straight. But and second is she has a phenomenal fashion sense. Just saying, she is always wearing the most flamboyant outfits. Well, that's one here. I just remember just viewing her inauguration or whatever it is, and she comes in and she's got this very flamboyant outfit and these colors glowing all over the place. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought politicians were supposed to dress boring. And then there's, I think this is that outfit that she was wearing with Biden or something. She was appearing with Biden, and she had Everyone else had these boring suits and ties, and she had like this long, flowing, like white and red striped, like long skirt on the bottom, and just like she really sticks out among the crowd. It's like she's like, and policy wise too, but like, yeah, definitely, not a dull. Yeah, yeah. Look at that. She's pretty distinguished. She really knows how to stand out among the gray mass. Um, yeah, and watching her going into the Senate floor, and she's got like this like skirt and boots. It's like I don't know. I've never seen politicians dress this colorfully, on their jobs. I don't. Well, who knows? I mean, at least she's not Padme. I mean, at least she's not changing her outfit like every time she walks out the door. Who knows? Oh, she's got sneakers in Congress. Oh, that's really that's really interesting. There's her with Mitt Romney, and she's got this this big dress or whatever it is. Yeah, wow. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like, comment, subscribe, leave your feedback below, and whether other type of you know, content you like to see. I know this is something maybe a little silly, but I mean that's what I specialize in. I like to bring the intersection of silly with the extremely serious. Which has always been my style. Censored by Democrat or filibuster. Oh yeah, right, because she's a rogue. She really knows. Yeah, she's someone who always knows how to make a name for herself, which is I don't like her very much personally, but I mean, or on the issues, but whatever. I mean, I have to admit there's this spirit about Kirsten Sinema that I admire very, very much. Just personality wise. And yeah, so yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later.